I was not excited for Tarantulas at all. The modern day Beast Wars stuff just hasn't been my thing because a lot of it's felt very same old to the original Beast Wars toys, just missing the cool gimmicky stuff. So when they announced this guy, I thought it looked cool, but I ultimately decided not to pre-order it. It often happens that the figures I'm not expecting to like, I end up liking a lot, like Guard. And Tarantulas, well, he's even more than that. Being that this is probably the best Legacy Deluxe I have so far out of all of their Deluxes that I've bought. Like legit, this is the best. Tolerances are perfect, joints are perfect, paint is, well, let's just get right into it. Starting in spider mode, because that way I can get it out of the way for the people who don't like spiders. This is mostly a wolf spider, not a tarantula. Type of spider aside, the purple is really pleasing and the yellow detailing on the back of it just is immaculate. It's clean, it's consistent, it's within the lines. The texturing all over the spider makes it look extra creepy. I love it. The mandibles hanging out on the front make it look extra creepy, like he's just ready to grab unassuming prey and explode out of their heads. Weapon storage is very good. I like how the harpoon sticks out the back like it could be used as a web, but it doesn't actually come with a string, so that kind of defeats the purpose. And the saw stores underneath. It can get a little bit bumpy if you don't peg it in all the way, so make sure you squeeze it in just right so that he sits flat. It's a really clean beast mode too. It's not overly robot kibbly, so everything just comes together super well. It also helps that he's low to the ground, so you don't get a chance to see the underside and see the robot bits like you would on, say, Tigatron or Cheetor. Legs are on one ball joint, so you can't really move them all over the place, and I do kind of wish they were on two, but I wouldn't really pose the spider that much anyways. The transformation is so interesting yet incredibly simple. The way he tucks his spider mode in is so satisfying, and unfurling it all is super pleasing. Alright, so I was going to walk you through this because, you know, why not? But instead, I'm going to see if I can do it in under a minute because it's so simple yet satisfying to do. We're gonna try and do this in under 1 minute. Alright? We'll do it with the weapons on. That'll make it a little bit more challenging. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. No, I need to readjust the camera. There we go. Oh, come on, straighten out. There we go. 44 seconds. I will say though, during the conversion, the arm does kind of come off a bit too easy on my copy. I just need to thicken that joint a little bit. Now the robot mode looks, well, it looks like the show model in front of me, and this is one of my favorite Beast Wars characters, so I'm actually happy to have this. Makes me want a Transmetal one, but I know that ain't happening because of Vac Metal parts and Takara stuff. Head sculpt is epic because of all the little eyes around it and the mandibles. I also like the shape of the head. It's definitely one of the better Beast Wars heads in my opinion. I love the use of metallic green on him. It feels very 90s and mixes so well with the rest of the figure's colors. Even the unpainted black of the spider legs doesn't feel out of place here. I do wish the spider legs, were Blast Effect compatible, but well, they'd be a little too heavy for the ball joint, so I understand why. I do feel the elbows are a little farther down than I would have liked, but it's not horrible. The back kibble is nice and flush, however on my copy it likes to come untabbed a little bit. It can be a bit of a pain picking it up sometimes, but I just need to thicken that peg. Weapons are neat. You get a harpoon thing and a saw blade that unfortunately doesn't spin. Shame. You can also peg together for reasons. I don't know. It looks cool. I do really like how the black and purple portions on the thighs are separate parts and not painted bits. Less chance of paint chips or mishaps, and it helps clean up the robot mode quite a bit. The paint on the feet though, So the hinges are chipping on the ankles. Not sure how, as they don't touch anything in alt mode, not even the gun, but they're chipping a little bit. It's a little annoying. Now, his articulation, I was blown away by this because I wasn't expecting much, honestly, but it's so posable. So the head is the only thing that I think is really limited because it's on a ball joint of sorts, but it can only really swivel. It can't really tilt or look up and down. Kind of wish it could look up. Shoulders can do a full 360 degrees. They can go in and out. You do have a bicep swivel, and because of the way he transforms, you get a elbow swivel as well, so you can swing these arms around whichever way you want to get them out of the way. You have the elbow bend that's a little too low for my liking, and because of the transformation, you get a backwards butterfly joint. Awesome. You get a waist joint as well that's actually in the middle of the torso, so it's cut quite well to not break the sculpt when you twist it. That's something that doesn't usually bother me at all, but I know it bothers some people, so that's nice. Hips can go forward and back and out. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Love to see that. Ankle tilts. But forward and backward. Yes. Good on you for doing that. I love it. And then the legs can just kind of go all over the place. I prefer them in this configuration. That's why I like them just sort of hanging out there. But you can do whatever you want with them. You can even take them off if you want to because they're on ball joints. Yes, I 100% recommend this if you're okay with spiders. I know there's a lot of people who are arachnophobic, so if you're okay with spiders, definitely get this. It's such a nice toy. Everything just works so well. It looks great. Now give us the Fox Kids redeco because I would 100% buy more of this toy. But that's my look at Legacy Deluxe Class Tarantulas. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.